Tour announcement starts now. Hello, everyone. It is me, Sam, and I am going on tour this summer. I'm doing my hour of incredible stand-up comedy, and I would love to see you there. So I will be in San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Chicago, DC, Boston, Philly, and maybe a couple more. But if you are in any of those places, please get tickets. I would love to see you all there. And I'm really excited because I love touring now. So see you there. Okay, enjoy the app. Bye. Podcast starts now. What is up, everyone around the globe? We are in New York City, if you can believe it.
I said, let's start, and then you started, and I was like, hold on. I was not ready at all.
Wow. That was so classic.
Well, I feel amazing. It's the day after your big show. Well, not your big show. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It was not a big show.
No,
it's kind of a workshopping show at Union Hall.
I'm in my casual era when it comes to shows.
You're in the workshopping era.
Of course.
And then you're going to hard launch the hour when you go on tour.
Yeah, that is what's happening. But it is funny because I'm being so casual. I am working it out, but I'm like, the way that I'm like being chill is kind of concerning.
You said this last night, and I don't want to keep blowing smoke up your ass, but as someone who has seen you be chill, like when we were touring together, I'm like, every joke has a new ending, and you have like added things, full-on transitions to take from one thing to the other. There was new stuff. There was an ending that made sense. I was impressed.
Wow. Well, I'll take it.
And it was like tradition. There was no multimedia. There were no songs. Not that I would be against that, but I'm just saying it was like a full hour of stand-up Louis C.K. style.
Yeah, I'm going Louis C.K. mode.
We both are weirdly formally reactionary. Not content-wise.
Yeah, tell me more.
I think we both weirdly have reacted against the alt style of comedy and are like, okay, we're back to like wearing like a black crew neck sweatshirt and jeans and Converse and no moving. Barely, like you can take the stool and do the act out of you fucking the stool, but that's it.
Well, it was almost like I saw, like we built a new world with anyone can do anything they want. You can be so crazy. You can play a track. You can be so weird.
Yeah.
And then you saw it in the wrong hands and you were like, whoa. We've got to put a stop to this.
No, completely.
We have to show them the way. You have to learn the rules first, then you can break them.
Well, you have to learn figure drawing before you can be Marina Abramovich.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are coming out there and they're saying the artist is present. I said, well, let's see your resume.
Yeah,
what art school did you go to? She's present?
Where's the work?
Where is the work?
That being said, I did do one multimedia thing last night which is not going to be part of the show.
That's true. Well,
I woke up yesterday morning and I said, you know what's the funniest thing I could possibly do is like they introduce me and then I play a full minute of Madonna's I Feel So Free before coming out on stage. And people will be like, they'll stop clapping and they're still hearing it. And they're like, so when's he coming out? I could not stop laughing. And then I did it. I will say it did not elicit laughter in the classic sense, but I was loving it.
Well, you could have come out dancing or something, but instead you came out normally and then you said, okay, that's enough. Cut the track.
That was alt's boots. That
was alt. That's true.
To just play the song and not do any. People started. You could see them like peeking. Like I was gonna come out in a costume.
Well, I was also like, oh, there's like a song element.
No, not even close. No. I just woke up that day and said, I think this will be funny. Which, by the way, of course, I do like that song now. I know this will be coming out and this episode will come out in roughly 1 month. So
yeah,
by
for
this
all we know,
point,
she could have released a new song where she sort of sings over a different beat and is like, I'm putting on my shoes and walking.
I hope she
Write
does.
that down, by the
way. Yeah, I can't believe you just improvised that. No, I actually think this song is so genius and I've decided that I'm all in on Confessions 2.
Did you see her video with Anna Wintour?
I did. I didn't quite understand.
I was so confused. The Devil Wears Prada industrial complex. By the way, I enjoyed the film, but the Devil Wears Prada industrial complex were basically everything a la Wicked. Everything is kind of spawned for Devil Wears Prada 2. It's like the Madonna album is kind of spawned for Devil Wears Prada 2 because she took advantage of the buzz of the film to do a video with Anna Wintour where people are walking down a runway.
I'm also like, Anna Wintour, enough.
Hello.
Are you like actually a worker or are you like just an actor that plays Anna Wintour?
Well,
like at some point it's weird.
Well, not just that, but do you know she passed Vogue on to her successor?
Uh-huh.
But then the successor is not named editor-in-chief. She's named director of editorial operations or something. And then Anna Wintour has a different job that is still above her and her office is next to her. And she was just on the cover of Vogue. So I'm kind of like, Anna? She's white knuckling, hanging on to the rock climbing wall. I'm like, you gotta let go. There is a rope.
There's a rope. She's honestly being Jay Leno.
She is being
She's
Jay
being
Leno.
Jay Leno, and she's not letting go. She's like, I give up. And then she's like, but I will stay forever.
Well, she's also like, I give up. Watch me being interviewed by my successor about my legacy.
I do think the successor, I don't know how long it took Anna to find her look, but the successor does need a look. Right now, you're just normal girl.
But I sort of think, I've thought about this quite a lot.
Thank God.
She has, I think, made the decision that her thing is going to be, I'm relatable and I'm not Anna Wintour. Because it's, which by the way, obviously I disagree with, but it's,
that makes me nauseous.
There's no world where she could reach. Imagine if she came in and she was like, my thing is literally like knee-length black hair. I'm also doing a big look. She couldn't quite pull it off.
Yes. I know what you mean, but then I'm sort of like, well, then she shouldn't be hired. Like we need someone who can pull off the big look, someone who's been working on their look for the last decade, as well as working on publishing.
It's complicated because I think the two options to me are either go full look, I am an influencer, I am Gen Z Anna Wintour. I mean, she's not Gen Z, no offense, but I am like young Anna Wintour.
Yeah.
Or have it be, this is a return to substance. We're going back to the Vogue that published Joan Didion. I'm like bookish and serious, and I'm blazer, and I'm hiring, Pulitzer Prize winning critics to write about the fashion shows. But it's sort of like neither one has happened. It's just,
there's no choice being made.
Yes.
But that could be an uneducated answer.
I actually don't think it is. Did you see that Adrian Grenier did an ad for Jarlsberg? Referencing, of course, the grilled cheese with Jarlsberg that he made in The Devil Wears Prada 1. He's not in the second film, by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did he get canceled in some capacity? Or?
I don't actually think he did.
That's
I just think he wasn't asked to be in the film.
That's interesting.
Because he's still doing ads. It would be amazing if he took an anti-cancel culture route to promoting The Devil Wears Prada 2 and became sort of like a incel vibe.
That would be awesome. I'm surprised he's not brought back.
I know you haven't seen the film yet. I would say there's barely enough for the new love interest to have something to do, let alone to bring back the old one.
Well, because they're too busy having a searing critique of the industry, the media industry.
The love story is such an afterthought that they literally shot the whole movie and then they're like, wait, fuck! It's supposed to be a rom-com. And they added this Australian guy. And his entire personality is that he's a real estate developer, but not evil. But also maybe evil.
Real estate developer for good.
Yeah. It's not for good. It's like for neutral. He's sort of like, he's like, it's fine. I'm neutral. And that's his personality.
It's like Sandra Bullock in AI. It's like, well, if we're going to use it might as well be a good person doing it.
Totally. So today we're doing one of our classic call-in shows.
Yes.
We were going to do the things of the summer.
But then I was like, it's not summer enough yet. I don't know.
I know. I don't know yet.
The thing with us when it comes to cultural critique is it comes from a very real place. We are struck by Christian God and we say, okay, we know what people will be wanting this summer. And until I feel the warmth on my skin,
I'm not feeling it
and
yet.
that crave to be in a pool, only then can I really see what is coming for the summer.
I completely agree. I'm actually feeling very non-committal in a Vogue new editor-in-chief kind of way, where I'm kind of like, I don't know. I guess put Anna on the cover.
Even today, it's like a sunny 60 day in New York. And I was like, I'm going to go out and walk around and probably get a manic rush.
Yeah. I think we were going to say manicure, but go on.
I walked around and I was like, everyone was still in little jackets.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not quite feeling it yet. I don't have the vision.
We have been edged summer. This is going to be so irrelevant by the time people are listening to this. Are going to be melting on the park, being like, I wish I was wearing a jacket.
Right.
But we are in the kind of month and a half road, literally, to summer.
And surely there's a map
and
somewhere.
It's not happening.
No, it's not happening. But also, it makes it hard to plan for summer. I think for both of us, we're potentially bad at this because until we are struck by the summer feeling, I can't make a plan for what to do over the summer.
Okay, this actually is similar to how, get ready for this. This is similar to how campaigns in America for like the presidential race last way too long.
Yes.
You should wait until people are in the mood to vote, and only then can you campaign.
Oh my God, 1 month out.
Yes, and that's actually how I feel about all decisions. It should be illegal to book a flight more than a month in advance. It should be illegal to buy clothing for a season that isn't currently here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it adds a layer of complexity to everything, and then everything is this long-term competition. Fewer marathons, more sprints.
I mean, they're like spring, summer 27. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, don't even get me started. When I look at, first of all, it's Fashion Week every week, blah, 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 everyone knows. But then you look at the fashion, it's spring, you're looking at the Fashion Week runways, it's winter?
It's winter on the runway?
No, I'm preparing for summer.
I'm not thinking about this.
I'm not thinking about what, fur scarf is going to, detachable fur scarf is going to look good on my parka.
And the fact that you are thinking about this makes me distrust you.
No,
because
completely.
you're not listening to the now.
I'm like, you're not living in the moment at all.
At all. It's so important to be present.
Now, one could argue, is that us advocating for literally fast fashion?
No.
Okay, what about this? What about it's a full year in advance? You present the collection and then you have a year to create it, slow fashion style.
Slow fashion.
But then it's released on the day summer starts.
So then you see it on the internet and then you can also go out and buy it.
Yeah. Pre-tape Fashion Week. Okay, I think pre-tape Fashion Week.
Yeah.
But then have it come out when it's ready.
I like that you're making it illegal to buy a flight more than a month out.
Yeah.
That's really good.
No, it's good.
Because also, like, you never know what's going to come up.
Literally.
I also want to be able to look at the weather. Like, I would like to buy a flight like 10 days out.
I would say day of.
God, if we had a lot of money, we'd be so cool.
That is true.
Okay, should we listen to our first call?
Yes.
Hi, George and Sam. First-time caller, long-time listener. I listen to your podcast every morning on my bike ride into work, and it is really fabulous, I have to say.
Oh, he's on the daily plan.
Okay, so this is a gay guy career question. I'm an urban planner, and I feel like urban planning is just filled with gay guys. Why? What about urban planning? I don't even know if I could answer this as a gay guy urban planner. Why are so many gay men doing urban planning? Feels like a conundrum that I haven't been able to answer. So wondering what your thoughts are. Thanks so much. Bye.
Why are gay guys doing urban planning?
Where do we even begin?
Well, first of all, they're not going to do rural planning. Let's start there.
You want them to be farmers? They live in cities. So guess what? It's kind of one of three options. The other two being sculptor and photographer. So, okay. Obviously, there's the obvious. The city is the gay guy's country, is the gay guy's farm.
Yeah.
So a straight guy is planting corn.
Yeah.
A gay guy is planting
buildings.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start there. And let's actually end there.
Well, the other thing is, of course, there are gay architects, but urban planning is different.
Definitely.
Because
architects is vertical.
Well, architects is vertical. But urban planning, you get to have sort of the same prestige. Like you're like, I'm an urban. I do think gay guys like branding.
Yeah.
And so to say I'm an urban planner, you wanted to be an urban planner the first time you heard those two words.
Yeah.
You were like, wait a minute. That sounds good.
Sounds like something I'm going to want to do.
That's going to feel good to say at a party.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you look into how to do it and you're like, I can actually manage that.
Yeah. I think urban planning is kind of really OCD gay guy that collects dollhouses and puts little things in the dollhouses.
Yes.
It's sort of interior decorating, but for a whole city. I also think, a city is where a gay guy can finally be himself. So then he becomes himself. And then he's like, okay, now it's time to sort of move stuff around. I also think it's not a coincidence that it's not all LGBTQ. It's gay guy. Because it's still the male impulse to control. And so I think architecture, as you're saying, because it's vertical, it's much more straight and that we're trying to go up.
Yeah.
Whereas urban planning is much more like, okay, everyone settle down. Not there.
Well, urban planning, you can also disguise as activism.
Yeah.
So you get to have both worlds where you have a good job and you're a good person, which again is why it's a dinner party job.
Yeah. It's kind of like how some people are public defenders, but also randomly rich.
Yeah. We need to dig into that a little bit.
Yeah. And then I also feel like urban planning, here's another thing with urban planning, and I'm going to be honest here. sort of one of those things that happens more in theory than in practice. Urban planners love to read a bunch of books about urban theory, but then you're like, name one thing you've urban planned.
Well,
And they're like, I love Jane Jacobs. And you're like, I know. Name one thing you've actually urban planned. And they're like, well, currently I'm doing some consulting. One thing you've urban planned. Have you ever put a trash can on a block?
they're like, so I'm urban planning my summer. Like I'm thinking P-Town. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No, that's such a good point. I've always wondered this with urban planners and with architects, to be honest. I'm always sort of like, so if you're an architect,
yeah,
this is more towards architect. I'm like, where's the building?
Right.
Like there's like one building built every year.
Totally.
So like, what are you doing all the other times?
I think to me, I'm like architect. Well, yeah, there's sort of, it's like working at an architecture firm and then your whole job is kind of calculating if we put the windows in a certain way, if enough sunlight will come in.
Right.
That's a full financial quarter right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, with urban planning, it's tough because I'm also like, if you made Hudson Yards, that's not very chic.
That's true. So do you think a gay guy was behind Hudson Yards?
No, I don't think a gay guy was behind Hudson Yards.
I don't think so either.
But I do think, I think a lot of gay guys pitched on Hudson Yards. I don't think they were chosen.
That's tough. I'm realizing now the similarities between urban planning and entertainment.
Oh, completely. It's everyone has projects in development. Everyone's like, I pitched this amazing park. You would have to, it would take cost a lot of money. And you would have a lot of different stakeholders. Everything. Yeah, a lot of different stakeholders would have to agree on it, but it's amazing. And it's been written up in a magazine.
Yeah. Because everyone that we know actually is indeed in entertainment, but none of them have a thing out.
Credits. Yeah.
So that's where it's kind of similar. So now I guess I see it more.
Right. And actually the theory and practice of it too, it's everyone has all these opinions about where comedy is going or where entertainment is going. And you're like, have you written the script?
Yeah. Do you know what it's like to tell a joke?
Hello. Anyway, I would love to learn what an urban planner does sometime soon.
Ugh. Did you dream of a dinner party job? Something that would be fun to say at a party? When you were like, let's say 18.
Oh, sure.
Was there something where you were like, I'm going to just say I'm this?
And lie?
Not
or like
lie,
imagining what you would say?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the dream is just you're a famous writer that's like Joan Didion level.
Sure. See, that dream is a bit scary to me because then they're going to be like, oh, what's your work? I like when it's like, I'm a engineer. Because then no one can, no one's questioning what you're up to. They're just like, I believe you.
So you want to talk less, you want to deflect.
Kind of.
Okay, got it. I want everyone to know I wrote the big column in the paper that was so controversial that people are egging my house. And they pull me aside and they're like, but you were right though.
Wow, that's so interesting. You crave the controversy.
I crave being a sort of niche figure that's correct.
Wow. That's really awesome.
Thank you. Okay, next call. Wait, I'm also...
Yeah. Bring it back.
There's something about the scale of urban planning. It's much more on the spectrum, much more lesbian to think local, to think it's like farmer's market.
Mm-hmm. It's
a gay guy is like the whole you want to deal with the whole city? Who died and made you president?
It's God complex. It's not right.
Hi guys, long-time listener, first-time caller. The question I wanted to ask today, mostly interested to see George's thoughts, but also would love to hear Sam's opinions. As a Greek icon yourself, I'm wondering if you're interested in the new Christopher Nolan Odyssey movie that's coming out this summer. Thoughts on the casting, thoughts on just the epic tale that's coming to screen. Will you be seeing it? Yeah, that's really all I had today. Thanks, guys.
I'm pulling up the entire cast list.
And I guess just off the bat, I want to say we are so excited for the Christopher Nolan Odyssey. We are the biggest stans of Oppenheimer in the LGBTQ plus community.
I've been wanting to do a big rewatch, even in chronological order, of the Nolan filmography. And
Really?
maybe I'll do it in anticipation of the Odyssey. Because I'm like, hold on, Nolan.
Well, that
movies.
scares me. I'm scared to watch Inception because I hated it so
Really?
much.
You know, I've never seen Tenet.
Me either, because people said it was bad. And I sometimes when things are bad, I get like angry at them, and I don't want to be angry at
Totally.
my dear friend Christopher Nolan.
But see, but then like the cool opinion is that it's actually good.
well,
and
I
so
would
here's
love
my
to
fear.
do that.
My fear is that I'm going to go in being like, I want to be one of the cool people who thinks it's good. Then I fully won't get it. And then I'll be really angry with myself for not thinking it's good.
Wow. But do people actually think it's good?
Yes.
I have not seen this opinion very
Really?
often. Yeah.
Well, honey, you are not hanging out with sort of edgelord culture writers.
I'll say.
I have not rewatched the Batman movies since they came out. I've never seen The Prestige. I've never seen Memento, believe it or not. And I've always wanted to see Insomnia because it's one of Robin Williams' classic dramatic roles.
I've never seen Insomnia or Memento.
But wait, so you hated Interstellar or Inception?
Inception.
Okay, but
I
Interstellar,
loved Interstellar.
obviously. Yeah. Okay, let's just rewatch. Oh, and I also didn't really care about Dunkirk, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
So the cast is pretty much Matt Damon as Odysseus, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Elliot Page does not have what character he's playing. Go off. Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, John Bernthal, Benny Safdie, Mia Goth, Charlize Theron, Travis Scott.
Oh.
Okay, wow. Lupita Nyong'o.
Well, basically, we're thrilled.
Yeah, I know I'm being sort of baited into expressing some opinion that these people are in Greek. I don't care. I think this movie needs movie stars. It's a Christopher Nolan epic. I don't think you need to put, Nia Vardalos as Athena.
Yeah, I like can't believe, is that even a controversy anywhere?
Well, here's the complicated thing with Greek culture is that it's very easy for it to become right-wing and racist in the wrong hands because people are very much like, remember ancient Greece when everything was white
right,
when real culture was happening, unlike now.
Right.
And it's very challenging to avoid that. And so I think oftentimes it's the only casting controversies where the people mad about the casting are actually not woke.
Sure.
And I don't want to be part of that.
Well, no, it's sort of like when people get mad at Lord of the Rings for having characters of color.
It's like it's a movie.
Yeah, you can have
Relax.
That. Yeah.
So no, I think that a Christopher Nolan Odyssey should be the biggest movie stars on the planet. Like I think it should be Matt Damon and Anne Hathaway. I think it's great that it's Robert Pattinson. Obviously Tom Holland, I'm like, let's see what he can do.
He does scare me, nothing but love to him. I hope that he does an amazing job. But I mean, he's fine as Spider-Man, but so far that's kind of it.
I know, I worry.
I have fear.
But I also think Christopher Nolan is a great director of actors.
Of course. He should cast us.
I would love for us to be like the, in Hunchback of Notre Dame, the two like statues that are sort of, one of them is stupid and one of them's fat.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
I would even settle just for like they all jump out of the Trojan horse and we're just like in a window and we're like, oh no.
Or everyone jumps out of the Trojan horse and then it's silent and awkward and then one of us like farts. It's like, you guys, we said be quiet.
We're the silly ones in the horse.
We're the silly ones, yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I do hope that this film has some comedic relief.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it's fucking dead serious.
Because of course that's the one complaint with Christopher Nolan. It's like, lighten up.
I hope it's dead serious, and I hope the female characters are even flatter than in Oppenheimer.
Okay, I know that everyone said the female characters were flat in Oppenheimer, but I think Emily Blunt did a really good job. Remember when she didn't shake the hand?
Yeah. She did a good job, but it was written so...
No, totally, because she was drunk.
Yeah.
Well, her job was be drunk, don't shake the hand.
Yeah.
And she ate down.
She nailed it. Like, look sad as you hang up laundry. I forgot
how drunk she was. I'm remembering now.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. No, she nailed it, though.
I think it's fun that Mia Goth is in it. And I think it's fun that Benny Safdie is playing Agamemnon. That's a fun choice.
He's a good actor.
I agree.
Wake it up.
Wake it TF up. So yeah, I'm very excited for the Odyssey. And to be quite honest, we talked about this when we did the Who Weekly Patreon. I'm excited for this summer blockbuster season. I'm like between Odyssey, that Steven Spielberg movie where Emily Blunt goes...
Yes.
And
Disclosure Day.
I'm going to be clacking to the box office. I'll tell you that. And then Devil Wears Prada 2. I think it's going to be a good summer.
I think it's going to be an amazing summer.
John Leguizamo's in it.
Oh.
In the Odyssey.
Wow.
Oh my God, Travis Scott and the Odyssey. I'm so glad we live in the United States of America. Okay.
Hi, gay guys. Long time listener, first time caller. I was listening to your recent conversation about the vibes in Palm Springs, and I guess as a Virgo, I would love a comprehensive or as comprehensive as possible list of all the gay vacation spots and their vibes and the pros and cons of each of them. Thank you so much. Bye.
I wanted to talk about this because, of course, summer's just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
but of course, not here yet.
It's around the corner, but like most things around the corner, you can't see them.
Yeah.
Because they're around the corner.
Around the corner is actually such a sinister phrase if you think
Of
about it.
course.
It's like, are we in It Follows? Anyway, go on.
It's so close, but I can't see it. I just have to trust that it's there.
I just poked my nose with my straw. Go
Oh
on.
my God. So someone was talking to me about this at the Eagle on Friday night.
Likely topic and place for it to come up.
They were saying, can you rank the places?
Oh, I
and
see.
I'm not going to do that, but because I don't want to do judgment necessarily at this stage, I'm going to see if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
Because generally, I feel like I'm being too negative.
Really?
In life, I feel like I'm being too negative.
Okay, so which ones do you love?
So I think I guess I can start negative.
Yeah.
It stems, of course, from Palm Springs because
Yeah,
I was
you
there.
hate Palm Springs.
Well, it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's a retirement community. And if you go with like a good squad, it can be fun. But if you aren't there with a good squad, you're just hearing 60-plus-year-old men talk about taxes.
I just want to say, I think intergenerational friendship in the LGBTQ plus community is so important. And I think that we have to reach across the aisle, whether you're a kind of multi-hyphenate, perpetually up-and-coming creator in your mid-30s or a financial criminal who also loves John Waters in his 60s.
I gotta say, I, of course, call me a t-shirt in a gift store because I think old guys absolutely rule, but there's like there's like old guy pride in Palm Springs where they're like mad at you for being in their space.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, hey, I'm just trying to have some fun.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me until you own a home.
They are gay guys at a toxic gay bar and you are a woman entering and they're like, that's not for you.
Yeah, essentially that's what's going on. It just isn't for me yet.
Yeah.
But that being said, I always compare it to Fire Island. I don't think you should compare it to Fire Island because
Very
Fire
different.
Island is like, one, it's both secluded, relaxing, and party, climby, psychotic. Fire Island was the first gay vacation place I ever went. Was it your first?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I went to P-Town before I went to Fire Island.
Okay. And so when I first went to Fire Island, I was like, first of all, I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
But then when I went to P-Town, I was like, oh, Fire Island's like unique.
Yes. Fire Island is basically like a social experiment where at some point it will be revealed that it was a government experiment and people will die. And like there were cameras there the whole time. And the statistics that they are kind of surmising out of it are not going to be pretty and they are going to be used for evil.
Yeah.
It's too... I'm not surprised that it is very nostalgia based. Like it's very, Polaroid photo of an unmade bed and then it says Peter on it,
Yeah.
It's not going to last. And it's in fact sinking.
Well, it's literally sinking.
It's literally sinking. And that's kind of the thing with Fire Island. It's also, it's very like Keith Haring t-shirt and denim jacket cosplay.
Well, one of the weirdest things about being on Fire Island is when you see someone who is not in your aesthetic community.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, everyone here is cool. Everyone here is the same like New York style.
Right. Not the
and
case.
then you just see like a random person from DC and you're like, what's that happening here?
Okay. So we have Palm Springs is old, is government social experiment.
Yeah. And not family oriented.
Not family oriented.
Sometimes we'll spot one family there, but like there are, I'm
calling child services.
Gay people to be weird.
Yeah. P-Town is very family oriented.
Very family oriented. It's sort
which
of,
I like.
Which I like. P-Town was interesting. So when I went there after Fire Island, I was like, so straight people are here, but they're not the focal point. And I was like, so can I still be gay if straight people can see me?
Provincetown is a straight community that is gay themed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And it's nice. You don't feel as transported as when you're on Fire Island. But at the same time, you do actually get to go to a movie theater if it's rainy, which is huge.
Well, Provincetown is importantly in Cape Cod. And so when you're there, you are in Cape Cod.
Yeah.
But there's just like a slight twist. Whereas Fire Island, you can't compare to anything. Fire Island, they said, we made this. We 3D printed this island. And it's just for the most disgusting gay guys you've ever seen. And they're all in a K-hole.
Yeah. P-Town being so close to Boston gives it an interesting little flair because it kind of reminds me of like I went to, of course, college at the University of Virginia. It's a very fratty school. So being even vaguely into alternative culture, I was like, okay, I'm the most punk rock person on
You're
earth.
Kim Gordon.
Literally. Yeah. And so I kind of feel that when I'm in P-Town is I'm like, oh, I guess I'm like really, really edgy.
I like that about P-Town.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm kind of all in on P-Town these days. I do wish there was a direct flight from, let's say, the, 2-3 stop that is right by my apartment to P-Town.
I agree. I would even travel to that train stop to P-Town.
And I will go to like Penn Station. I'll go to Penn Station. I'm happy to take the subway to Penn Station if then I could get a direct flight to P-Town.
Yes.
Because currently, I think I've done the research and it seems like there's no way to get there from New York City.
And speaking of, there's no flights out of Penn Station. What the hell?
Yeah, there should be an airport in Penn Station.
We need one. No, every gay place is so hard to get to and it's so crazy.
Well, that's sort of that is the advantage of Fire Island is that it is very close. Assuming everyone lives in New York, of course.
I know. I'm actually like pretending that I still live here through this conversation.
Okay, so Palm Springs, P-Town, Fire Island, are there any other ones you want to sort of throw into the mix?
Well, I would want to throw in Zipolite, of course.
Right, which I've never been.
Which is heaven on earth.
And I'm happy to throw in Mykonos, which I have been to.
Oh, I've never been.
I mean, to me, the gay life in Mykonos is so unappealing.
Yeah, everything I've heard about it sounds bad.
Just like
I'm
horrible.
imagining like an active dump.
It's really, I can't get behind it.
Yeah. Do you know in Palm Springs, you're like not allowed to play music outside?
Yes, you've told me that many times.
I think somebody needs to stop them. How is this allowed?
You have to go silent disco mode.
There's a whole town of theoretically gay vacationers not allowed to play music outside in their pools.
You know what, though? The archetype of the like kind of cranky old gay man wearing a little neckerchief to me is such a vital part of our community that I'm like, God, I would love to be in Palm Springs and be yelled at by like an old retired lawyer.
The issue is
turn down my Addison Rae mix.
They're literally kicking you out of the Airbnb. They own the house and they're kicking you out. And they're saying, go.
No, they're renting out their Airbnb, but they're still there.
Oh,
and they're just
watching.
Like, they're dropping in like every few hours.
They've got cameras set up.
Yeah. They're like, are you going to clean the sink? I was getting to it.
No, it's crazy.
Hi, Sam and George. I am calling because I was really inspired by, like some reposted Tumblr, whatever. That was something like the last few hours before getting your hair washed is like you'll experience a depth of misery only known by Russian literature. Something like that. So I've just been kind of thinking a lot about the abject lately. And I was trying to extend that to kind of my own life. And what I do agree with the hair washing thing. My thought is a depth of misery that is unknown to anyone before me, for me, is definitely like having to listen to like my husband's podcasts in his car because they are straight guys, like comedy guys. And they're not even like the worst of the worst. They're regular. They are kind of like alt guys. I won't say who they are because y'all probably know them. But I mean, just hearing straight guys talking and trying to be funny is like, it's like hell to me. And I am wondering if y'all could say something in your life, like an everyday occurrence or even just something in pop culture that makes you feel like no one's ever felt as miserable as you. And I obviously don't mean real pain or fear. A thing. All right. Love y'all so much. Bye.
Amazing call.
Yeah, it's a thinker.
First of all, still using Tumblr. Go off.
Well, I like the idea of being like, I was really inspired by some bullshit.
I think you brought up something when you were talking about this call before, if you want to go first.
My instinct was just any and all paperwork. It's like, and I obviously understand everyone hates paperwork. I don't think I'm unique in this, but there is a part of every single time I have to do any sort of paperwork or logistical thing, A big thing for me is because I'm, not to brag, a dual citizen, I often will have to go to like, the Greek consulate in America or the US consulate in Greece to like do something to make sure that all the paperwork is in order. And each time I could die before finishing this task. Like the idea of being in some sort of online portal that, you know, was created in HTML in 1994 and figuring out how it works and then getting the confirmation and then going there and knowing that there's going to be a crazy line and not knowing what language you're going to, it stresses me out so much. The other thing is, you know, we are both freelancers and we're basically like half our life is filling out the same paperwork over and over again, but somehow there's one thing that's different in each one.
It's so crazy. No, that I really agree with that. I think I also panic with paperwork in a bad way. The other one that you actually said for me,
you, yes.
which I think is genius, is dinner being late. But it's not the way that I think about my day is so, I'm like, okay, well, this is going to take an hour and then I'll have 15 minutes and I'll do this. Mm-hmm. So then when like one thing messes up, I'm like, okay, I guess today's done. I ruined today.
Well, yeah, you're not flexible when it comes to food times. You need to have your lunch at lunchtime and your dinner at dinner time. I'm trying to think of other things.
I have another one that call made me think of is when I'm in a bar where there are sports playing and they have the volume on. The noise of a sports game gives me an instant headache in a way that I've never understood. And I'm like, what's going on here? Because even, you know, the idea of being like, go and watch the game, like kind of is like a fun idea. But hearing sports drives me insane. The beeping, the buzzing, the like rumble of a crowd, the little commentator, the patter they have, I'm like, stop this.
You know, sports people are so lucky that there's this thing that can always be in the background.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if every single day there was a new episode of Drag Race? And we were just sort of like lazily talking about it.
But even if, for example, if we were really into soap operas, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many of them and they're constantly playing and there's characters you keep up with. Sports are nonstop.
Well, the issue is we don't watch Housewives because that is nonstop as well.
Yeah. And by the way, enough.
I know.
Enough. I mean, it's all my examples for things that make me feel horrible. It's literally when air travel is terrible, you know, when you're stuck in an airport for hours. You know, a big one for me is when and this is related to the hair thing, but if I somehow don't have time to shower when I want to shower and then I somehow have to be like out and about in a city and I can feel that I'm not clean, I truly want to kill myself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's when I'm my most free. That's when I'm Madonna. I feel so free.
Hi. Calling in from Washington, D.C., gayest city in America.
Do you want to apologize to him?
I discovered StraightioLab at a tumultuous period in my life last year, where I've become friends with a shocking number of straight men who I love dearly. But I also lost two of my closest straight male best friends. They, in a major plot twist in my life, they both came out to me at the same time. They didn't know about each other either. No, they are not having sex with each other. But the three of us are still best friends. We're just all gay now. But a recent topic of discussion among my friends that are still straight men is a fervent debate about whether boneless wings or bone-in wings are gayer. And I was surprised to find that my favorite podcast discussing the number one topic in my life, what is straight and what is gay, have not delved into the topic of wings. So what's gayer, boneless or bone-in?
I do want to apologize to DC and the DC community. I've, met many a gay guy from DC.
Me too.
And whenever I go to DC, I have
meet
fun.
Gay guys.
I meet gay guys. I go to the gay bars and I have a blast. And this is what I was saying in life. I'm being so negative. I can't not throw someone under the bus.
Yeah.
But I'll work on it. Well.
I think it's important to live in DC.
How so?
It's where it all began. No, I think the issue with DC is that it gets a bad rap because of the most evil people that live there. But by definition, every action is an equal and whatever the fucking thing is. Opposite reaction. All of the most bleeding heart people that are trying to, get the urban planning in check also live in DC.
No, it's true. It's true.
They're obviously still socializing with like Kellyanne Conway, but what are you going to do? I
mean, it's so weird there. One time I went to dinner.
It's like how we're sometimes in green rooms with people where I'm like, so I've seen your set and it's like fully right wing. Yeah. But yeah, nice to see you.
One time I went to dinner in DC and sitting across the way was Steven Mnuchin.
Oh, fun.
And I was like, what is going on? And every time we tried to take a picture of him, someone would stand in the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, let us take a picture of him.
Yeah, that's kind of like when I, of course, saw Newt Gingrich. So basically, what is your take on bone-in versus boneless? Oh. And I would go so far as to say more broadly with all chicken rather than just wings. Because
I think we should start with just wings and then potentially zoom out.
Okay.
I think when it comes to wings, here's where it gets confusing. Is like bone-in, it can be read as masculine. I'm doing this as God intended. I'm just
covered in sauce. I'm just night out with the guys,
just eating my damn wing. And it could be seen as feminine to be like, I need the bone out and I need to have it a specific way.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it could also be seen as more organic-y, more like, oh, this is like real chicken. Like I actually got this really nice chicken. Mm-hmm. And so I have these wings that are amazing. And so you want the bone in, and that's more of the queer perspective. Whereas straight people are like, well, as long as it's covered in the sauce, I don't really give a fuck. And it's like, you're eating chicken nuggets, but they're covered in the sauce.
Right.
So I'm kind of confused and not sure where I want to land on it.
And also bone in is more adult and boneless is more childlike.
Baby. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes.
So it is obviously complicated.
As are many things.
Here's what I'm struggling with. Boneless wings is sort of like vague to me. I'm almost like, are you a tenders or a wings person? Tenders, I understand what that is. And tenders are boneless.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think to say I want boneless wings is a little baby. But to say I want tenders, you're basically being like, I do want boneless. But I'm also an adult.
So to say you want a boneless wing, I agree with you that it's baby.
Yeah.
But is it baby straight or baby gay?
Totally.
Is it like, I'm such a little twink, I can't even chew my bone? Or is it like, I'm such a little, my wife has washed all my clothes for the last decade and I don't know how to eat around a bone, I'll choke and die?
I think bone in is straight.
Okay.
I mean,
you're right. No,
sometimes the obvious answer is the one that's right in front of you.
Occam's razor, I think.
Yes. But I do think there's also a horseshoe theory where it's like, okay, get ready for this. Okay. On the one end, straight guys, bone in. Then you go into straight women and gay guys, boneless. Mm-hmm. And then back around to queer, non-binary, polyamorous bone in. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. No, that makes complete sense.
That's kind of how I feel.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Bone in is straight.
And actually, it's the same with, it actually tracks absolutely directly to Maha. Where it's like, it is both right wing and then also like California clean living sober.
Totally.
But as obviously, then you would sort of have to switch out the straight women in the chart that I mentally drew. But there's no time.
There's no time. It's been drawn.
I want chicken tenders. Interestingly.
Well, let's go to Julia's. Ugh, I want to so bad.
I can't. I'm going to the gym after.
Ugh, respect. Okay, next
question.
Hey. First of all, you have a Salt Lake City number, which was confusing to me. So I wasn't sure if this was right. But okay, so I'm calling because I don't know if you guys have done something like this. It's very like in your it's something that you would have already done, but I'm not really sure. But my roommates and I recently were discussing, I have one roommate who loves Demi Lovato. And so we were discussing who each of our Demis were. So a Demi is like basically an artist that you know is kind of a flop, but you just love them no matter what. Similar to Demi Lovato. So he loves Demi Lovato. I like Marina and the Diamonds. My other roommate loves Camila Cabello. So it's kind of like it's someone you know is bad, but they're also good. We were saying one of my roommates did Kylie Minogue, and we were kind of like, no. But I'm not totally sure why. I don't know how. It's like you have to be kind of bad in a commercial way almost. I don't know. All right. Well, bye.
This is an interesting and difficult question. I'm scrolling through my music because I'm not sure. One is not jumping out to me immediately.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's very disrespectful to little Miss Demi.
It's disrespectful to pretty much everyone that was mentioned except, Marina and the Diamonds. Because I'm literally not, I'm not going to actually pile on Demi at all. No. I'm not even going to say it's fair in any way. I mean, I do think her latest album flopped and she will be the first to admit that, but
it's still not, if you listen to it, it's fun.
It's
like
really
she succeeded in what she was trying to do.
No, she was it's very good. And I think justice will come.
Yes.
I mean, I do have one that is like the most obvious, and I'm such a flop for even going there, but I do like the Rita Ora album Phoenix.
Really?
Yes. And there's actually a song that only I like, and it's called New Look.
Wow.
And actually, it's not on this album. No, it is. I found it. But for whatever reason, I actually think this album is like pretty good top to bottom. I'm not saying it's revolutionary, but it is like very enjoyable, like in the car pop music. And one time I played it while we were in the car with my family, and my dad was like, "This is really good."
Wow. Yeah. That is interesting.
I don't think she's ever reached those heights since then. Not that I've really been keeping up, but she's definitely someone who is definitionally sort of always considered a flop. But I actually think she is. But I think she was doing something here and then just like never like captured that moment again.
My greatest fear that's maybe coming true is, you know how like it's like, do I have any original thoughts, or is it just that I like believe what other people tell me?
Yeah.
Because honestly, when someone gets the stench of flop on them, like true flop, I'm like, okay, I'm out. Because I'm like, if you're already flopping,
that's not true, because you're never out with Gaga, and she has had the stench of flop on her on and off for years.
Well, and obviously I wanted to name that one, but it sounds like a cop out because now Gaga's so beloved. But I was standing Joanne harder than anyone ever has.
And you were standing art pop when it came out.
I was an early art pop.
Whereas
fan.
I will be completely honest and say I was in the mainstream with art pop, where I acknowledged it after the conversation had already come back around. The tough thing with this question is that everyone that could be this, like someone that could be this, is Carly Rae Jepsen.
Right.
But she's been reclaimed. Everyone has already been reclaimed.
And same for Tinashe.
And same for Slater, honestly.
Yeah.
And same for Charlie.
Well, like if it were like 4 years ago, I could say Charlie and be like a hero.
Same with Kim Petras. Everyone that like was, there was no one left to be reclaimed, basically. Like that is kind of, and that's one of the reasons why gay guys are struggling in their cultural commentary and turning to reality stars. Because they're like, okay, so every bad pop star has been reclaimed, every bad actress has been reclaimed, every bad musician has been reclaimed. The only person I have is this woman in this show who's famous for like shitting on the street. And you're like, she ate that. It's like, no, she didn't.
We are addicted to reclaiming people.
Yeah.
It's not right. Sometimes we need to like look at the new nice home and be like, let's just buy that one.
Yeah.
Instead we look at the fixer upper and we say, I want that one.
That is such a good point, actually.
Yeah. We are addicted to fixer uppers.
Someone that I struggle sometimes with. Well, okay. Katy Perry is fully a flop currently.
That's true.
Has the stench of flop alienated you or no?
No, it's made me want to support her.
Interesting.
I've said this on record, I believe. When I was an early hater of Katy Perry, and obviously Teenage Dream is amazing, whatever. But I was still like, this girl's annoying. And then like I was so mean about it, and she was like a punchline for me. And then everyone else also was like, okay, she's annoying, we hate her.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hold on, like, let's be nice. Like, and so it was like, it became too much of a pile on. Mm-hmm. And so then I was like, well, let's pull it back a bit. It's time to be nice to Katy Perry. And I still think it almost is. Like, I'm wanting her to succeed. It's only fun to attack her when she's doing well and thriving.
Yeah.
Like when she's in a flop era, I'm like, well, we need to protect her. We need to support her and respect her even.
You know who had the stench of flop on her and almost made me become fully reactionary as Grimes, because I was
going to bring up Grimes.
I was kind of like, when it, obviously in her personal life is, a whole ass mess.
Yeah. It's a whole
and
ass mess.
You can quote me on that her personal life is actually a whole ass mess.
It's a whole ass mess.
That said, I will never stop believing Grimes is like a musical sort of visionary, to quote herself and her album Visions. And I will always be interested in seeing what she is up to, just from a purely aesthetic, artistic point of view, even if she's also like, by the way, I'm going to Mars and I'm raising my children there because I
want to homeschool them. She is someone that I at this point, she just feels like a close personal friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will, of course, always listen to whatever she puts out. But then I will be like, this one, we have different ideals.
Yeah. She's not consuming the same media you're consuming.
And she like almost doesn't like the things about herself that I do.
Yes.
And her old music versus her new music, it's like night and day. Right now, she wants just like the most polished, clean, overproduced thing she could possibly have.
Is that true? I haven't listened to the latest.
Oh, well, honestly, the latest song I kind of love.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. Of course, it's like Angel something.
Of course. Angel Appreciate Power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Equals 1 + 1.
Yeah. Artificial Angel? No. That might be what it's called. Artificial Angels. Yeah. That song I kind of love. And the video I kind of like too.
Oh, I like the video. Yeah. I know this. I'll say this about Grimes. And this is value neutral. She does evolve as an artist. A lot of the other people don't. Much like Bjork evolves as an artist. I personally think a lot of Bjork's most recent stuff sounds sort of like clanging pots and pans while a symphony plays.
Well, yes.
But I think she is not resting on her laurels. She is trying to do something different.
Yeah.
And I think not a lot of people are doing that.
And I don't know if this is relevant to the conversation at all, but as I was scrolling through my music, I was like,
I know, I need to stop scrolling.
Well, I was like, also like Chloe and Halle, like they're not flops at all, but I'm like, go back to doing music together. Be fun again.
But I sort of think, unfortunately,
they're done.
They have lost their way.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they were too young and there were too many people in the room were telling them what to do.
Yeah.
Wait, Chloe actually, hold on. I'm going to find this song. I think it was Chloe. Chloe had a solo track. Is it literally just Have Mercy, which is her most famous song?
Yeah. It's so good.
That song is so good.
No, it's crazy.
Oh, here's someone I will always stick up for, even when she's in a flop, is, what's her name?
Amazing sentence.
Jizzy.
Oh, God.
Doja Cat, thank you. Wow, that's very impressive. Yeah.
You'll see. I think she's always kind of
also, let's get an acting career going. I think she'd be great on screen.
Okay.
Next question.
Hi, guys. My name is Ian, and in addition to being a glamour girl, I'm a historian. And I wanted to call your episode with Amy Zimmer. You guys are kind of pontificating about the quote, well-behaved women really make history and the different things that it could be. And I wanted to chime in with my favorite fun fact ever, which is that quote was actually coined by a Mormon historian named Laurel Thatcher Ulrich. And her big point when she was making the quote was that we need to write more history about well-behaved women, and that we ought not punish a woman for behaving well by not making her go down in history. So it's sort of, it's still a feminist take, but it's not exactly the one that it has become. So something to think about. I love the podcast. Thanks, guys.
Isn't that so interesting?
I actually think that's genius.
It's so amazing. It's very
it's literally like the reality stars thing that we're talking about.
Totally.
It's like, why are we rewarding these people for taking a shit on the floor?
Yeah.
Like, it's time to start rewarding the person who is polite and normal.
Yes. And it's actually it's interesting that we immediately think well-behaved is a negative thing.
Yeah.
Well-behaved is in the eye of the beholder. A well-behaved woman can be a woman that behaves towards social justice, that
of course
does all the right things.
Yeah.
And yet it's basically, we've interpreted it in the most honestly gay guy way of, if you're boring,
get the fuck out of my face.
But if you make yourself known, Let's talk.
Yeah, throw a drink in someone's face now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this does sort of mess up my worldview, I must say.
Completely.
Because I'm not sure what to do with it now. Because I do use it as a justification for when I'm being bad.
Yeah.
Or being rude, or maybe talking badly about DC, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll say, well-behaved women rarely make history. And but the problem is, no matter the point, both sides are true. It is true that you have to be bad and be sort of hated in order to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the person who originally said it is saying, doesn't it suck that well-behaved women rarely make history? We need to celebrate well-behaved women. But we're just taking it as like, well, you did point out a truth, which is that well-behaved women rarely make history.
Yeah. It's so fascinating. It's like pointing out how things are done. And there's two options. One is on a systemic level, changing the way history is written so that well-behaved women are platformed. And the other one is sort of an individualistic approach and actually like a sort of cynical approach of like, well, this is how things are. They're never going to change. Might as well throw a drink in someone's face so I can make history.
Of course. Well, it's also where you're changing the way we describe history is groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And completely impossible, because is that thing like the victors write the story? Is that how it's said?
Yeah.
Because someone like Jeff Bezos will be in history forever and ever and ever, because it was like he was the king of the world.
Talk about not a well-behaved woman.
He's not a well-behaved woman at all. He is a badly behaved woman. And I feel that like, whereas like a guy who's like just like living his life and being like really having a tasteful career and like choosing a nice balance between family and job and being like, you know what, I'll just get the 1-bedroom house. I don't need to be a psychopath. He's not, no one's writing the chapter in the history book about him.
I know it's true. But then of course, the obvious flip side of that is, does well-behaved mean just complicit and unambitious and even not courageous or brave?
It just means there's something about let's just like celebrate change no matter what.
Yes. Well, it goes back to, I remember being, when I lived in Silicon Valley, the big thing was change the world. And it was always like, in what way? Is someone going to, everyone is changing. You can change the world by littering or by picking up litter. Which one are you doing?
Well, this is like how like news isn't good for right now, because they trying to be neutral is wrong. Like it's just incorrect, because it's some plans are good, some plans are bad.
Right.
And that you can sort of even talk to like a person in data or science who like can look at something and be like, this is bad. So it's not good journalism to be like, I feel neutral towards this. And we almost need that with history, where it's like, this happened, parentheses, bad. This happened, parentheses, good. Because right now it's just, we're just being like, and this changed stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
like,
you know,
right.
But the thing is, the people writing the parentheses are not going to be the well-behaved women. They're
let me do it. I'm so well-behaved.
They're going to be the people that were unwell-behaved enough to get to the history book writing, and they're going to be the ones hacking into the mainframe and saying parentheses bad about justice.
I mean, you're right. Unfortunately, we need better elections. Basically, is what this all comes down to.
Hootie, Sam and George. I love the Haim game, or Heimlich, as I believe it's commonly known. I've incorporated it into my own daily life, so thank you for that. I'm curious. I don't think you guys have done this one yet. As kind of famously the two most crazed fans of the hit sitcom Modern Family, which Haim sister would be each of the three core families? So you've got like Phil and Claire and the Dumpy kids. You got Jay and Gloria and Manny, and then of course you have iconically Cam and Mitch and Lily. So I'm curious, like which Haim sister represents, or would maybe it's easier to do like which family would adopt each Haim sister. I feel like I have my opinions, but really curious what you guys think. Okay, bye.
So the premise is the Haims are up for adoption. But the rule is you can only take one.
What's amazing, though, is that the three families in Modern Family are related to one another, so they can still remain in the same extended family.
That's really
They
nice.
just have to like go. They have a bedroom in a different home, but
That's
like
really
for all the
nice.
holidays and stuff. I mean, we've seen the show, like they're interacting with one another constantly. Like there's no day in which the three Haim sisters couldn't potentially be at the same like barbecue.
No, they're seeing each other every single day.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, what?
And they're able to produce their music. They're able to like do their writing
It's
sessions.
all good.
It's all good. Like if PTA wants to meet with all of them, he's like, let's just meet at like Phil and Claire's.
Yeah, he's like, it's a 45-minute drive from my place.
Because all the kids are out of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an interesting, I'm going to say, I got to say Estee's got to go with Cam and Mitch.
Well, that was, of course, my instinct.
You know, it's Freaks Welcome over at Cam and Mitch's. You know,
she's getting drunk.
She's partying down.
Yeah.
And she's having fun.
She and Cam are like trashing the house because they're like playing DDR.
Yeah.
And then Mitch comes home and is like, you guys. Credits roll.
Credits roll. I think
Danielle is Phil and Claire. Yeah, Danielle is Phil and Claire.
Because she is most like even keeled.
Yeah.
She's just like, I do my work. I'm really focused. And like, I just want to be in a normal family for once.
Yeah.
And then I do think Alana, it does make sense actually for her to go with Jay and Gloria because I don't know. I'm like trying to think of the justification other than it's the last one.
I actually think her and Gloria could have a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
I think they could have a kind of, what's that literally like police movie that Sofia Vergara is in with maybe Reese Witherspoon?
I don't know.
Hold on. Hot Pursuit.
I've never heard of this.
Well, it has an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. But I basically think that there's a world in which I could imagine a casting director being like, wait, opposites attract. Alana Haim, Sofia Vergara. You figure it out.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think that could work with any of the other two.
Well, and I could see like Gloria giving like Alana a makeover one episode and it's like really funny. And then like Alana brings Gloria to like the indie rock show.
Well, I also think there could be a really interesting kind of Y2K kind of casual racism storyline where Alana tries to be Latina.
That would crush.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it could be done in a way where it's like offensive, but then people reclaim it later.
It could be done in a way that it stays on Hulu or whatever.
Yeah.
But people do talk about it online and be like, can you believe this happened?
Yes. It's like the episode is that Gloria is having her big family reunion and they're all flying to Colombia and Alana comes and like just says or does or wears something completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I think Alana Haim as an actor could pull that off.
I think she's got enough charm to pull it off.
I think we're looking at a sort of white chicks level comedy. I don't think I'm the person to write it, but I'll be buying a ticket.
There's definitely scenes where Alana's babysitting Manny and Manny has a big crush.
Ooh, that's true. Because Manny would like a sort of alt ingenue.
Exactly.
Manny isn't going to be attracted to like, you know, Jessica Alba.
God,
like,
no.
No, it's like he likes Bjork and Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
He's alt. He loves the Haims and specifically Alana.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that works. They should redo at least the opening credits with adding each of them to one of the framed photos.
That's a good idea. Just for us.
Just for us. Okay, well, we got there. I want to thank everyone for sending in questions with approximately 3 hours notice. We really appreciate it.
That was really nice.
We had forgotten that we were supposed to do this call-in episode today, and we posted the morning of.
And George texted me last night saying, don't respond to this tonight, but what are we doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I said, damn, I got it all mixed up.
And I want to say, you know, I've said some negative things about Mark Zuckerberg in the past, but it's because of him that we're able to post directly to all our fans and have them write in and say, which Haim sister do you think would be adopted by each of the families in Modern Family? And then a mere hour and a half later, we can be in a studio answering that very question.
It'd be cool if you could be adopted as someone in their 30s.
Yes. Well, that is, of course, the plot of The Blind Side. Actually, he is in high school, but
he is in high school.
I think the actor was older.
Oh my God.
It would be interesting to be adapted. You know, that is one of the elements of intergenerational queer friendship. That is, you're basically like sort of adopted by an older
Sure.
man.
I've got older man friends, for the record.
Of course.
For the record. And I have DC gay friends.
Name one.
Okay, good point.
Whereas I do have DC friends.
I have DC friends, just not gay guys.
Right. Well, are you talking about your sister?
Well, and various people I went to college with.
Oh, right. Of course.
But that's neither here nor there. If we said anything too negative, just know that we're working on it. And
I don't think we were negative at all.
Yeah, well.
I actually I'm feeling the opposite. I'm like, I wish I'd expressed a more controversial, provocative opinion so that people could come for me and then I could reclaim myself as an artist.
Well, you did pitch Latina Alana.
Yeah, that's true.
That's something.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying I would, I'm not pitching it. I'm saying that it could happen and it would be funny.
Well, you should write the script and
I should write the script.
We should reboot from there.
Yeah. Reboot Modern Family.
Reboot Modern Family. What? It's been a
yeah.
How long has it been? I have no idea.
They're all doing podcasts now. I don't have enough though.
Reboot Modern Family.
Reboot Modern Family. But you know what? Did you see Lena Dunham was talking about doing a girls movie? Obviously.
No, I didn't see this.
She said it. I mean, she was like, I want people to miss us first and then maybe we'll come back. Obviously, I'm sure it'll be good. But I'm also like, let's use this momentum and do new stuff.
I actually like the Sex and the City-ification of girls.
True.
I think that would be really interesting. And even to see how they would lose the original spirit, but find something new that's like a weird bastardization, I kind of like.
No, we need Lawrence of Mylabia, but for girls.
Exactly. Can you imagine what the perspective would be?
No, I agree.
I have no
I take
idea.
it back. I would love a girls movie.
Yeah. I'm reading the book, by the way.
So good.
So to die for. So insane. I can't believe it. Every sentence, I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, she's been through more than Jesus Christ.
Maybe we should do a Patreon about it.
I would love to.
Okay, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.
Podcast ends now. StraightioLab is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network and iHeart Podcasts.
Created and hosted by me, George Civeris, and Sam Taggart.
Executive produced by Jenna Cagle, co-produced by Becca Ramos.
Edited by Lauren Stumpf and mixed and mastered by Doug Bain.
Artwork by Michael Fales and Matt Grubb. Theme music by Ben Kling.